So the first step in the Take Control module is called Deliver Units of Value. Let me explain what I mean by this. You will know from the work that you've done in determining your strategy and creating your messages that there are certain pieces of information that really strengthen your position. There'll be a good number of these, big things and small things. We call these nuggets of information units of value. And what you're looking to do is to deliver at least one unit of value in every answer that you give, effectively looking to seize opportunities to drop in units of value throughout the conversation. And I'm going to tell you 3 different ways in which you can get good at doing this. The first technique I call listening with intent. So although this module is called Take Control, it's very definitely not about steamrolling the conversation. It's really the contrary. It's about listening very carefully to the questions, being acutely aware of the conversation flow, and spotting the opportunities to drop in units of value. You will see that as you get practiced at this, that as the interviewer is asking you questions, you will already be thinking about what units of value you're going to put into the answer. The second technique is called bridging. Bridging is when, as you answer a question, you extend that answer to make a natural linkage to something else. It's a technique often used by politicians where they will manage to be asked one thing and answer something completely different. I'm not suggesting that you go that far, but it can be a very useful means of creating opportunities to add units of value. So when you're asked about one topic, you bridge and you're able to drop in additional units of value within the same answer. As for listening with intent, as a question is being asked, you can be planning if you're going to bridge and where you're going to take the answer. The third technique is quite simply to be specific. The more specific you are with an answer, then the stronger the value content. I need to give you an example here so you can see what I mean. Imagine I'm asking somebody about what they're going to do when they come into a new role, and they say, in the early days I'll have to meet all of the staff and get to know them. Versus if they said, over my first 3 weeks, I will audit the quality of the team. To a large extent, they're saying the same thing, but they're saying it very differently. The second answer is more specific and has more value in it. You can even hear how the time parameter of 3 weeks adds to that. Another example would be where somebody says, I'm used to managing a large number of salespeople, versus if someone said, I've managed international sales teams in disparate geographies, disparate time zones. Again, it's more specific and it's a better answer. It's very easy to be a bit vague, and it takes concentration and discipline to be more specific. But I really want to stress the importance of this technique. A focus on being specific is a great skill to master, and it will make a marked change in the effectiveness of your communication in interviews. There's a last additional idea that I want to share in this deliver units of value concept, and it's called the budget of words. And what I mean by that is that interviews are finite in length. They are 30, 60 or 90 minutes, not normally shorter or longer than that. They run for a fixed period. It follows that there's only so much you can say in that time. So effectively, you have a word budget. Anything that you say in the meeting that is not strengthening your position is a waste of your budget. If you stay aware of this fact and combine it with the techniques I've described here, you will use your budget wisely and your conversation will be sharper and more powerful. So there was a lot in this section. We talked about the idea of units of value and ideas to deliver units of value during your interview performance. And they are listening with intent, bridging, being specific, and staying aware of your budget of words.